Yeah.
Are we good?
Yep.
We're rolling. So we are live at Tavarua Island Resort in the beautiful Mamanuca Islands. Yes. And it's a little rainy today, but super glassy. You can see some little waves behind me at Kittyland and restaurants, a tiny little wave out there. But we're on Tavi Tube Tour 2019. And our special guest for this year is none other than
That's my first name, by the way.
nine-time world champ Mike Stewart. How's it going, Mike?
Good. How are you doing, Jay Reale?
Good, buddy. Good, buddy. Mike and I have known each other for like 35, 36 years, I think. More than half our lives. And I was really stoked to be able to bring Mike on board. We have a big crew of bodyboarders, and Mike committed many months ago. So you're a busy guy, and I appreciate you carving out some time to spend a week with us here in Paradise. You've been here before. How has this place changed since you were here last time?
Yeah, I think it's become more like a resort, you know?
Yep.
Like the amenities and just the quality of everything has just gone up a few notches.
Yep.
From the days of solar water bags for showers to like, yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah, so this place, just for those of you that don't know, the resort was started in the early 80s by Dave Clark and Scott Funk. It was very rudimentary, very, very basic, and it's now this really, I would consider it a world-class surf resort, probably one of the best places you can bring a family. But Mike, let's talk a little bit more about you. I mean, you're here with a lot of bodyboarders that obviously idolize you, look up to you. How's the week going so far? We've only been here 2 days, but how's the vibe?
Yeah, super good. Yeah, I mean, to me, I like when there's people that they're not that experienced, and it's just very, they're so stoked, you know, and expectations are real low, I guess, or non-existent.
Yeah.
So just, that spark or that thrill of that, it's almost like they're grommets again, and just that vibe is really good.
Yeah, so the Tavi Tube Tour is sort of like a fantasy camp for bodyboarders, I guess would be the best way to put it in my eyes. We try to bring somebody in the sport that's iconic like yourself, and bring in bodyboarders that grew up watching you on videos and in magazines and hang out. That doesn't happen in many sports, and I think it's kind of unique that we have this set up. But let's transition into talking about your life. You're obviously still bodyboarding competitively.
Yep.
You just had the Pipeline event 2 weeks ago. Talk about that. Or it was like 10 days ago.
Yeah, that was a lot of work to get that one done. But yeah, it actually worked. It was a good team of people that were behind it. All the original core bodyboarders from Hawaii were helping out, and yeah, it was just really cool. Everyone came together and make it work, and it was a lot of work.
If you don't know, the permit for Pipeline was lost, and then Mike basically, to sum it up, he kind of got it back for our sport. So we have a bodyboarding event at Pipeline again, thanks to Mike, and that goes all the way back to the early 80s, and the first bodyboarding event was held there. So thanks, Mike.
Well, yeah, not just me, but everyone that helped get it as well. It's like a collaborative effort as well. So
yeah, very cool.
Yeah, stoked that we got it back. It'll be there for the next couple of years at least, and hopefully we can kind of grow it and build it. And,
So I think the takeaway here is, you've been riding bodyboards since they were invented, pretty close to that, and you're not just in it to win it, you're in it to keep the sport alive and going long after you're gone. So Mike's really committed to, fueling the next generation by continuing the dream that we started with as pro bodyboarders, and this guy's committed to seeing that the next generation has something to keep going with.
Yeah, absolutely. Big part of it, right? I think it's awesome to be able to share the stoke and things that we love or passionate about it, wave riding and just interacting with the wave in such a cool way and close, intimate way.
Yep.
But high performance too,
Yeah.
Can be so many things.
Yep.
I think that's a real gift that we can pass down.
Well, you mentioned high performance. You're 55, 56 in May, and you're ripping still. So talk about how you stay fit. Do you have a routine every day?
Yeah, I do. You got to work at it. It's not something that just happens. Like,
Yeah.
you know, as you get older, you got to work on your body and concentrate on your diet and lifestyle and all that. As you know too, like you're a pretty active guy and healthy and fit. So
use it or lose it.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I do. I have a routine that I pretty much follow. And I try to follow it every day. It's not
Can you
always
talk
easy.
about it?
Yeah, I do like a stretch routine. It's fairly detailed and custom for me. And then I do a stretch routine in the morning, and then basically my day comprises of blocks that I move around depending on the swell and the weather and conditions. Or if there's like maybe I'll just go to a certain destination and I'm just focusing on particular things. So other things get squeezed out.
What you do is basically stretch. You don't run. You don't lift weights.
I didn't get to the rest of my day.
Yeah.
So yeah, blocks of time in there, and then I have like specific core workouts that I do, and those will last anywhere between like 30 minutes to an hour, and I usually do them every other day or so.
Okay.
Pretty good
What kind of workouts? People want to know.
Well, it's detailed. It's not that simple. But I can't just say, oh yeah, you're doing core workouts. It's like, man, it's like.
Are we talking weights? Machines?
More active. Well, you want to be more specific. Stretching is active stretching, myofascial tissue. I try to work on because I know that gets stressed out a lot. So most of my stretches are based around that. My workouts are like core workouts that I do that, and then I focus on different aspects of it, like you know. Of course, there's like muscle groups, like more focused on legs and then more focused on upper body or whatever, but always a core component, always a sister muscles, not just no machines.
Okay.
All free weights, kettlebells, I love Swiss ball, bands for the antagonist motions.
Got it.
So, but it's, so anyway, but it's detailed, you know, it's not like, you know, it's designed and it's detailed, so it's not something that, oh yeah, you just do this and that's how I gotta do it. No,
so you had a trainer or somebody specifically?
I work closely with Paul Check.
Got it. Okay. And talking about trainers, your wife, Lisa, how many years you been married?
I don't know.
Uh-oh, sorry, Lisa.
Yeah, 30 years or something.
Okay.
It's been a while,
Let's move on, because you couldn't remember the number. But Lisa's a trainer.
We've been together forever. You know,
yes. I was there when you guys met. It was 82, maybe?
Yeah, at the pipe contest.
Yeah. So she's a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Sometimes she does that.
Yeah, she trains like elite athletes. She was training Carissa Moore for a number of years, and then until she moved to the Big Island, and now she's training my daughter.
Yep.
And she's been extremely supportive of my career.
Yeah.
So I owe a lot to her.
Yeah, because you're gone a lot, and she holds down the fort, and you have 2 kids, so that brings us to that. You have a son and a daughter. Tell me briefly what they're into.
Yeah. So unfortunately, they're not as into bodyboarding as I am, because I'm uniquely qualified to train them about that. But,
somewhat.
you know, the main thing is letting them find their passion, and I think Kaimana's, he's a pretty active kid. He's focused right now on swimming, so that's his thing, and that's his main passion right now. He gets up early, like before I get up. He drives himself to school to practice like 5 in the morning or something every morning. So he's pretty disciplined on that. That's really cool to see him kind of starting to sink his teeth into that. It takes an incredible amount of discipline to do that swimming. I couldn't do it. So hats off to him on that. And then, you know, if he really applies himself, he could do really well. But it's, you know, mainly just supporting their passion, whatever it is, letting them, exposing them to as much as you can. And then whatever they're passionate about, they back them, you know. That's
and your daughter, what's she into?
Yeah, my daughter is into rodeo of all things. Yeah, so horses and rodeo.
Who would have thunk it, right? Mike Stewart's kids, you'd think they'd be like prodigy bodyboarders. They're swimming and rodeo. And what's her best event in rodeo?
Well, she's state champion in a couple different things. Like, she does all kinds of
nice surprise there.
Yeah, like all kinds of different divisions. Like, there's all these different things, like
events.
Goat tying and like
barrel.
She was
racing.
Yeah, she was district champion last year for barrels and poles, and then went on to states and was runner-up in states in those divisions. And then she was runner-up overall. Like she was the runner-up. But it was good. It was
Yeah.
a big accomplishment for her. You know, she's on borrowed horses.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's competing against girls with, like, you know, big money horses and
Yeah.
stuff. So I was really proud of her.
Solid.
Yeah, and then she went on to nationals in the mainland, and she did quite well. You know, she placed, you know, it's so competitive in those events. You know, like between first and 20th is less than a second time difference.
It's like sprinting.
Yeah. So she got like one day, she was in the short, they call it. But I think she finished up like 60 out of like 200 or something.
Wow.
Which is pretty good considering it's like Australia, Canada, Mexico, and all the United States. And in the United States, you got the best girls from every state that are basically driving their own horses to the meet.
Yeah.
She's on borrowed horses going there competing. So
Flying in.
Yeah.
Totally at a disadvantage right off the bat.
Yeah. So she did good. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's cool. I mean, you know, you come from your wife, you come from a family of committed people that are committed and want to rise to the top of their sport. Yourself, obviously, with bodyboarding and body surfing, and your kids with their sport. So, no surprise there. And that brings us to your company. You know, Mike Stewart Science at eBodyboarding. It's our best-selling brand, has been for many years. The fins, the boards, the leashes, all the gear. And you've spent many years focusing on making the best gear. Do you want to say anything about your company? The philosophy of your brand?
You know, we just try to. My whole thing was to do stuff that enhances the experience when you go riding waves.
Yeah.
So if it's something that can enhance your experience from the time that you get up in the morning and you're interacting with your material or equipment, the time you come in or whatever, if it's anything to do with that helps, then I'm backing it. So that's kind of where it started from. And then, you know, selfishly, I'm looking always to improve performance in the water, and always looking for little subtle advantages and tweaks to make things better. You know, whether it's to go faster, to be more maneuverable or whatever. So, and we're constantly trying stuff, constantly refining. It's like a continuous thing. And sometimes we kind of fall back on things that work. Like we go, hey, this is a really interesting concept, and we'll try it. And there might be something that, you know, we're only making the stuff that actually works. But if it's not going to work good, then we're not going to produce it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So.
Kind of in a nutshell. That's what
yeah. So, you know, his products dominate the market still. And, you know, finally, to wrap this up, let's compare. Let's put our feet up on the table,
God.
Mike. Look at these.
I wanna,
these jacked up feet.
I think this needs to be like that right there. That's like a specimen of some sort of.
That needs to be broken and reset.
Up.
How about
mine
yours,
are
Mike?
pretty messed up too.
You got some jacked up.
Yeah,
feet
they're. That's what a foot looks like that hasn't been in a shoe too long. All us bodyboarders got this like other toe that's trying to grow out the side.
An appendage. Yeah.
Jay's one, it looks like it's actually like ricocheted his other toe back, and since you wear shoes so much, they're like things pretty messed up.
Yeah. So, not saying that wearing fins your whole life will do that to you. Probably a lot of it's genetic. I don't know. So don't be afraid to put on a pair of fins, people. So, Mike, thanks again. I appreciate your time, buddy.
Thanks for taking me down.
No worries. And stay tuned to our Instagram feed and our Facebook feed for pictures and videos of the waves we're getting this week. And we will be producing a YouTube video of the whole trip at some point after our week is done here. But Tavi Tube Tour 2019 with Mike Stewart signing out. Yes.